Hello, everyone, and welcome back to a new episode of the PokerGO podcast. My name is Donnie Peters. His name is Tim Duckworth. What's going on? How are you? You doing good?
Incredibly tired. It has been
Incredibly
a very
tired. I
long
thought
day.
you just said right before the show, you're like, I got energy now.
I'm still tired, though. I'm very tired. Someone saw it on my face and said, you look awful. I was like, thanks for that compliment. Let's move on.
Jesus. Good Lord.
You know what it is? I got up early. I thought I had time to work out.
I got up early. What time did you get up? Because I got up at 6:15 a.m. to a screaming
You have two little
freaking
kids.
baby.
My kids are much more pleasant than yours.
Tell me about
I think I got up at 7, which doesn't sound that early, but 7, did some work, got a workout in. Felt horrible, my first workout in quite a while. And I had to go to the studio for the all day.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All day.
All day.
All day AP over here.
Oh,
all day TD over here. Let's go, baby. It is Sunday, June 22nd, 12:14 a.m. Let's rock and roll. Adrián Mateos, his 5th WSOP gold bracelet, which, to be honest, I feel like kind of flew under the radar a little bit. We'll talk about that, of course, though. Brett Lim won the Seniors Championship event. Kristopher Tong won the 10K Horse Championship. We got an update on the $2,500 mixed triple draw. History is on the line. The Millionaire Maker field size is in. The 50K PLO high roller is approaching the final table. The mini PPC, it needs to be named the mini PPC, damn it. Let's go.
Yes.
The mini PPC is underway today, so we'll get an update from that. Tim came flying in here today saying, I got an amazing community card segment, so I can't wait to see what he has. I'm sure I will be plenty let down by that.
Wow.
If you love poker, but you don't want to spend a damn dime, well, then you need to go over to PokerGo.com because it is free to play online poker and it is as authentic as it comes. It feels like real poker. Even Brent Hanks, who interrupted the pod last night.
Yes.
Even did they leave that in, by the way?
I didn't check.
I didn't check either. Even hope you guys, by the way, liked Tim's debut as a commercial actor.
That was in it last night?
Even Brent Hanks was on stream today playing on playpokergo.com. One by one, I'm going to get all the commentators playing on PlayPokerGo while they commentate. I'm sorry, Maury. I'm sorry, Dan. That's just what's going to have to happen, okay? That's what's going to have to happen. Brent, of course, is a co-founder of No Gamble, No Future.
Mm-hmm.
So he was playing the No Gamble, No Future themed sit and goes. That's available on playpokergo.com. As is Ring Games, as are tournaments. So get on in there to playpokergo.com. It is completely free. You can also get the app on iOS and you can get the app on Android. This podcast is also brought to you by our friends at True Classic, the home to high quality, affordable clothes for men. I'm wearing a True Classic tee right now. Shop tops, bottoms, activewear, and more. I know it says True Classic Tees. Trust me, they have way more than tees. You can shop it all over at trueclassictees.com. And this year, PokerGo has partnered with True Classic. We are doing a special end-of-year event at the PokerGo studio. It'll be a $3,300 buy-in tournament, and you out there could win a package to play. We are giving away 15 $5,000 packages. Well, really, True Classic is giving away 15 $5,000 packages. That's going to cover the buy-in. That'll cover flight and hotel as well. So all you have to do is go tell your poker story. Go to trueclassictees.com/TCPokerGo. Submit your poker story. Tell us your poker dream, your poker journey, whatever it is. We're not talking about like bad beat stories, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, unless there's like a bigger meaning behind the bad beat and stuff like that. We want like, deep, dreamy, this is my poker journey. This is what I want to achieve. This is kind of what's holding me back. All that sort of stuff. That's what we want to hear. All right. And your story could see you win one of 15 $5,000 packages. All right. Let's get into it. Adrián Mateos, the conquistador, as Brent Hanks calls him, won his 5th WSOP gold bracelet. He won the WSOP Online event number 11, $3,200 high roller for $253,000. His other bracelets were WSOP Europe main event back in 2013. I think he was 19. No, he was not 21. He was.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Because it was in.
It was in
France,
London,
right?
I think. I thought it was in London. Pretty sure it was in London. No, it actually was in France. I think it was in Cannes. Sorry, it was in Cannes. I don't know why I thought it was in London. It was definitely in Cannes. But he won that for €1 million. In 2016, he won the Summer Solstice. Remember that tournament?
Yes.
The Summer Solstice, $1,500 buy-in. He won that for $410,000. 2017, he won the 10K Heads-Up Championship for $335K. 2021, he won the $250K Super High Roller for $3.265 million. This was one of those online to live hybrid. That's why I feel like it kind of flew under the radar.
Yeah.
Because you don't know until like kind of the day before.
The day before, yeah.
I mean, we get the things the day before. Most people don't. It's like, I'm assuming for most people, it's kind of like, oh, there's a final table. Oh,
yeah, who's that?
These people are at it.
For?
Oh, Adrián Mateos is heads up for his 5th bracelet. Oh, like that's kind of crazy to me.
Yeah.
So Mateos defeated Alex Kulev, a Bulgarian crusher, in heads up play. Kulev taking $186,000. Rohan Sanganiria. I'm probably butchering it. $140,000. Jeff Fritz got 4th for $99K. Anthony Hu got 5th for $66K. Anthony Hu's had a couple of nice scores this summer. I believe last night or the night before, he got 2nd place in a PLO bounty tournament over at the Win.
Yeah, he did at the Win. Yeah.
For like $80K or something, and then comes here and collects $66K. So Anthony Hu having a good summer himself. Giorgio Soteropoulos, $46K for 6th place. Jonathan Dockler, 7th place for $33K, and Alan Sternberg, $26K for 8th place. So there's a few of these, right? There's a few of these online to live.
There's 5 or 6 at least.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I'm surprised we don't stream those.
We tried.
I'm surprised. How about this? That's not what I'm surprised about. I'm surprised WSOP doesn't firmly request that we stream them. How about that? Right? I mean, that would make sense.
The biggest problem is with that is that we get the WSOP schedule in, say, February, March. We start building our streaming schedule. The online schedule doesn't come out till May. So we've kind of built everything. Yes, we could pivot on the fly. We do that with certain events anyway. It just does throw a little extra wrinkle into things, and then there's obviously
wrinkles were made to be ironed, buddy. Wrinkles were made to be ironed. All right,
that's a good one. I like that. Did you just make that up?
I did. I have no idea if that's already a thing, but it just came to me and I said it.
It's very good. We'll play it.
Yeah. All right. And guess what? I own an iron and an ironing board. So if you guys ever need me, just call. I'll figure it out for you.
I don't think we have either.
We have
a steamer.
Both. Yeah, but steamer doesn't do it like an iron does it.
I wouldn't know. My
definitely. Moving on to the seniors championship. Well, actually, let's rewind. Okay. There are some stats. Yeah, we should have like a there are some stats. Producer Rich, put that in. No, don't put that in. I don't care if you put
that in. That's why I pay you the big bucks. Money sound.
I read an article on Poker News. He became the 5th player. I need to see if I get this right. This is like one of your crazy cockamamie stats.
Yeah, it is.
The 5th player to win 5 bracelets before the age of 30, I believe, is the stat.
Yep.
And he's also the 5th youngest player to 5 bracelets. I think those were the 2 stats, I believe. Very tricky, but I think I got that right. If I didn't, blame Poker News, but if I did, also credit Poker News. So either way, shout out Poker News for that.
I don't know if the age thing is as impressive as duration between bracelets. I track duration between bracelets. I think that to me is a little bit more impressive because, hey, what happens if you started when you're playing when you're 30? Does that discount?
Well, it's
anything?
It's not duration between bracelets shouldn't mean shit. Okay.
Why not?
It should, because it's like they don't say Michael Jordan won 6 titles in this amount of time.
Yeah, but
it's from the second he got into the NBA.
Yeah, but that is a set season thing.
So
Poker is very
what
different.
they need to be tracking, right? If you were in charge of the WSOP stats, or if I was in charge of the WSOP stats department, I would track when every single player played their first WSOP event. That should be like noted, like noted on their profile, like if it noted in the back end, whatever, like that should be noted. That way you can reference that. Okay, he started playing on this date, was his first. He won his bracelet this much time afterwards. Because then you would have cool things like he just started playing, so he won his first bracelet within a month. Or he just started playing, and we know that, and this is the first ever WSP tournament he played. Or he started playing the WSP way back when, and it's taken him 17 years to win a bracelet, stuff like that. Like Matt Vangren would be a good one, who we talked about yesterday, right? He's had so many close calls. He's been playing here forever. Finally won his first. It's like, well, when did he start playing? When did he play his first WSOP event? Like that'd be a cool thing to reference. So that's a stat that I think that they should keep.
Can I throw you a stat?
Of course, I'm sure it's going to be incredible.
Doyle Brunson, 5 bracelets. 735 days it took him to win 5 bracelets.
That's like
his
2
first
years.
5. His first 5, yeah.
That's like 2 years.
Yeah, he's the best.
But we know they were like 17 player fields.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Bracelet's a bracelet.
I'm just
second on that list. Gary Bones Berlin, 742
he also beat
days.
17 player fields.
742 days.
I'm just messing. All right. Speaking of first bracelets, Brett Lim won the seniors championship event. His first WSOP cash. Incredible stuff. And it turns into a bracelet. He goes from grinding local daily tournaments here in Vegas to winning the seniors championship, 1K buy-in. Lim won $653,000, top day field of 7,575. He defeated Ilan Lepovich in heads-up play. Lepovich also making his first ever WSOP cash. I watched a stream randomly a couple months ago out of Texas where he was at the final table. I think he cashed for like $100K. It was like an $800 buy-in event. I have no idea how I stumbled on this. I was doing some work late at night. It was on YouTube. I watched it.
Wait, is this Lim or is this...
No, this was Lepovich.
Got it.
But Lim, I thought played really well at the final table overall. Now, it does help when... Listen to this. Here's a stat for you. I would be willing to wager that this has never happened in the history of the WSOP. Never. Same final table, same hand, pocket deuces. He made quads twice. What?
I mean, we can't prove this.
I know, but there's no way that's happened before.
It definitely could have happened before.
There's no way. There's no way. I will bet on that one. There's no way.
There's no book. We can't. It's off the board. We can't prove it.
There's no way. And he honestly, if we were to go back and watch the stream and we were to tag the time of when he got the first deuces and the second deuces, I would bet you that's the shortest time period between. I'm just messing with you. Come on.
It's 12:26 a.m.
Bro,
come on.
The same final table. The same. It's not like it's not like you could say like Brett Lim had quads twice.
Yeah.
And it's also not like you could say like one time he made quad deuces, he had ace deuce, and the other time he had pocket deuces. No, he had pocket deuces both times.
The mallets.
Both times he made quads. I mean, that's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's absolutely ridiculous. So of course the guy who makes quad deuces twice goes on to win. Understandable, right?
It's fair.
It was a pretty long, drawn out final table. They were pretty deep overall. I know you're not going to go watch the stream. I'll just give you the cliffs.
Got it.
You were shit on left, right, and center.
Why? What did I do?
Okay, this is what I'm going to have your back. Okay.
Okay.
Jeff and Brent were dumping on you all the time for like the structure and how deep these guys were and whatever.
Yeah. Because I really designed WSOP.
They kept referring to you as the commish. Now you are the PGT commissioner.
Yeah.
That applies to PGT events. I don't know if Jeff and Brent know that, but this event was not PGT qualifying. Therefore, Tim likely had absolutely positively zero to do with it.
Exactly.
Okay. They also did complain, though, that it was your decision to stop them early yesterday, thus bringing them back super, super deep at the final table.
Yes and no. So we wanted to make an audible.
I mean, were they really that deep?
No, they just, no. We wanted to make an audible to the H.O.R.S.E Championship. That got vetoed. We wanted to make an audible to the online event. That got vetoed. Okay? The H.O.R.S E Championship got vetoed because of Brent and Jeff were the talent. the useless talent that only
Wow,
know
shots
No Limit
fired
Hold'em.
here.
They don't even
Listen,
know PLO.
we know Brent doesn't listen to the podcast.
That's
but,
fine.
But Jeff
does.
definitely does.
Jeff has got zero skills talking about any games that involve more than 2 cards.
We're gonna need a little
He is the
HR
most
intervention after this.
we talk about well-rounded poker players and well-rounded talent. He's a straight line. It's all no
He's
limit.
a straight line, he says. What are you talking about?
He's a straight line. That is the reason the H.O.R.S.E got vetoed.
Oh my God.
Because of, and I've got the proof. I have the message from the people, the leadership that make the decisions, that the reason we can't do the H.O.R.S.E is because of Jeff Platt.
Yeah, but if you're Jeff, he's just calling the action.
Yeah, but not very well. He ain't got any fucking idea about start and antes.
He can easily call the action. And then you have Brent, who has a 4th place finish in the $2,500 8 game at the 2011 WSOP.
2011 was a long time ago.
I mean, yeah, but still, that's 8 game. He knows what he's doing.
No. Either way,
he knows what he's doing.
Either way, I got vetoed twice. We had to stay with the seniors. Now, why did we bag them up at 7? Well, we needed some kind of show, and one guy had 3 big blinds, so then we would have been 6. So, okay, could we have waited for him to bust and then bag him? Sure. But the decision was,
it's okay.
Just bag him a 7.
It's okay.
But you know what, Jeff? If you were in a straight line and you maybe round those edges a little bit, we would have got your way. You wouldn't have been in the box for 9 hours.
The commish is fired up.
I'm fired up.
The commish is fired up. All right, so Brett Lim wins it all. Heads up play was also pretty long. The whole final table was long, but then heads up play was also very long. Eventually, they come back from a break. Brett Lim gets kings in against Lipovich's ace jack. He wins with the kings. Then he gets ace jack right after that, gets it in. I forget what the hand he was against now that I think about it. But he wins that, and he's the tournament champion. Also at this final table, you had Dennis Carlson, who played quite chaotic.
I believe a fan of the pod. Well, he called out the pod, and he said something when we bagged him up about, hey, PokerGO podcast. I believe that was him.
Then I got to talk to him about this King 7 hand.
So he's probably listening to you right now. Let's go. Let's break it down.
It was, I don't remember the exact hand. The clip is on social media, but Lipovich flops a set of 5s, I think on 9-5-3 or 9-5 deuce.
Mm-hmm.
And Carlson just jams the King 7. And of course, Lipovich is like, I call,
Interesting.
Drawing dead on the turn. Or maybe the flop was 7-5, whatever. Either way, it doesn't matter. No, it definitely wasn't because he didn't have a pair. So there was that. Now, there was another time when he did get a bit chaotic with King 3 against the player who finished in 4th place, Jose Boliki, where Boliki had a diamond flush draw. Now, Carlson did have the best hand, but an overbet jam on the turn also folded out that flush draw. So basically what I want to say is that the seniors final table, it constantly delivers.
Yeah.
It is awesome entertainment. I love it. Also, right out of the gate, these guys are having a bunch of all-ins, and like everyone at the table is standing up and cheering. Our guy, Lawrence, that we met the other day, was electric for the time that he was in.
Great.
Cheering, yelling, screaming, fist pumps, the whole thing. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun at this final table. If you didn't get to watch it, you can go watch it, either PokerGo.com or the PokerGo YouTube channel. It was a lot of fun. So Brett Lim, first place, $653K. Elon Lipovich, second place for $435K. Dennis Carlson, third place for $326,000. Jose Boliki, fourth place, $246,000. Lawrence Raby, probably butchered that, but I'll just say them both. Maybe one's right. 50-50 chance. Fifth place for $187,000. Jason Reels, $143,000 for sixth place. Manish Madan, seventh place for $110,000. He's the one that came back today with 4 big blinds. Yep. Ron Fetch, eighth place, busted the day before, $85,000. And Peter Fellows also busted the day before in ninth place for $67,000. So that is the seniors championship. Again, highly encourage you to go watch that. Very, very entertaining stream. Kristopher Tong won the 10K horse championship, his first WSOP gold bracelet. He told Poker News afterwards that he was a bit inspired by seeing his friend Philip Sternheimer win his first bracelet. Tong is, I believe he's known as a high stakes cash game player. That's how I've always thought that he was. Obviously pops into tournaments here and there, but Comes out here, seeing Sternheimer win, wants to go chase some bracelets. Boom, rips this one off in one of the most prestigious events of the summer. He got 5th place in the 50K PPC in 2023. That was previously his best score. It was right around $300,000. This one tops it, though.
Yeah.
He topped a field of 207 entries to win $452,000. Maximilian Schneider took 2nd place for $302,000. Brad Rubin, 3rd, 206. Jason Mercier, he's back, 144K. Marco Johnson, 5th, 104K. Alex Livingston, 6th, 76K. Scott Seaver, 57K for 7th place. And then Walter Chambers, $44,000 for 8th place. Pretty sick field in that one. I don't think I need to throw it to you for the PGT update because it didn't really affect the top 10. Kristopher Tong jumped to like around 50th or something like that. Maybe a little bit further, maybe 55th or whatever. But
yeah, not much changes from the 10K horse championship. So
I think there's probably going to be some changes from the 50K PLO that we'll talk about in a little bit. But of course, that is still yet to finish. So we won't update anything as it relates to the PGT leaderboard until that one is over with. Let's slide on over to the $2,500 mixed triple draw where there is history on the line. How many are left?
2 left.
How many?
2.
Uh-oh, what does that mean?
Means Benny is still in.
Oh, well, I mean, we should pause the podcast. I mean, what are we doing?
They still might take 3 hours to get a winner.
How deep are they?
Wow,
George
there's
Alexander
60 big
busted.
bets on the table.
60 big bets?
Yep.
Holy crap. That's a lot. It's Skylar Thornton up against Benny Glauser. Glauser is going for his 3rd WSOP gold bracelet this summer. Just an absolutely incredible feat if he is able to achieve it. If he does it, he would join Puggy Pearson, 1973, Phil Hellmuth, 1993, Ted Forrest, also 1993.
3 bracelets, 3 days.
Crazy shit. Phil Ivey, 2002. Jeff Lissandro, your boy.
Kangaroo Crew.
2009. George Danzer, 2014. Definitely deserves an asterisk on that one because one came in Australia. And Scott Seaver did it last year. So that's the group that has
group.
3 in a year. Now, if you wanted to do 3 at the WSB in Las Vegas, you would throw out George Danzer and it would be the rest of that group. So still a very, very tough thing to do. We talked about it before when Benny won his 2nd, that if anyone has a shot to go on to win 3, it's probably Benny Glauser. Honestly, I'm starting to feel like he might just win fucking 5 this summer. I mean, the guy is incredible. He really is incredible. But he's heads up right now with Skylar Thornton. Thornton is looking for his first WSOP gold bracelet. Overall, it would be Benny's 8th WSOP gold bracelet if he is able to win this. Wait, how many bets did you say were on the table? That's not right.
Well, when I looked at the clock in the last level,
the big bet's 600K and Benny's got 6 million. He's got 10 bets.
So
and
must have gone
Skylar's
up.
got 10.
Yeah, so they must have leveled up. The average was 21 when I was over there, 3-handed.
Oh,
because that's 63 big bets.
Anyway, they're not as deep as you made it seem. Is what I'm getting at. So this could end tonight. If it doesn't, whatever. If it doesn't, they're going to come back tomorrow. Okay, fine. It is 12:37 a.m. now. If it does end tonight and we're on the podcast, maybe we'll hit on it. If not, we can give it its fair amount of exposure on the next episode. Mm-hmm. We can dive into Benny or Skylar winning this a little bit more. I believe I heard while listening to the broadcast today from Jeff and Brent that because Benny reached this final table, or maybe it was a certain number of players left, he took over the player of the year lead. That was from Brent. And then Brent also said he should be player of the year because he's won 2 bracelets. I mean, I kind of agree. Overall, I just wish that those stats were updated basically in real time. I don't see why they're not.
Feels like it definitely should be with the app, right?
Yes, it should 100% be in the app. There should almost be a tab, like an event in the app that says player of the year, and it's just always the standing, so you can check. And it's one of those ones where it shows on the screen the top 10, and then the bottom one is yourself, right?
Yeah.
But like it says like next to you, like, okay, I'm 113th, right? But you know that like, okay, I'm this far away. This is where I currently stand. Like, that would be cool
that's
to
a
have.
good way to do it.
So yeah. What else we got? Millionaire Maker. Field size is in, baby. Check this out. I mean, this is unbelievable, this line that we set. So Tim and I had a bet on 12,000. I had 12,000 and over. He had under. What? Tell the people the number.
11,000.
Also, let me just say that this before you read the number, and the bet is not settled until the prize pool comes out.
That is true. You could still win.
Stat corrections could come in.
It's more likely to go down, though. You do know that.
I know, but you never know.
11,996 runners.
I mean, talk about a line. Talk about a line. I mean, we have not set a better line than that one.
We've set some great
4
lines.
off. That's just wild shit. Are you actually playing poker? Are you in the ladies' satellite? What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm heads up for the ladies' seat with
what
Albert.
are you playing?
I'm sweating Tim Duckworth in the Bracelet event where he's chip leader.
Oh, Sean Deeb.
He's first of 19. One of 19. Just lost a flip.
I don't know how he does it. What is the tournament?
600 monster stack.
What's first place?
125K.
Jesus. Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. This is just played out online. This isn't
this is
online to live. Okay. Cool. So overall, the Millionaire Maker numbers. Day 1A, 1612. Day 1B, 2448. Day 1C, 3517. Day 1D, 4419. I definitely thought it would be bigger today. I thought it would for sure push 5,000. All told, 11,996 as Tim outlined. Don't know how many players are left. They are currently still... No, they're not.
I think they're just bagging right now, yeah.
They should be bagging up, yes. So, but we don't know the numbers. We don't know the chip counts. I mean, maybe Tim can check on that. Can you check on that in the app?
I'm trying.
Let's see what's up. But a really good field for this one. Big turnout. Last year, 10,939 entries. So they did improve on that. Let me just.
I got 2,618 players for day 2. There is chip counts there, but I don't know if they are everyone's or if it's just the first 3 fight. The first guy with, I'm pretty sure this is wrong because the chip leader has 1,400 big blinds. I'm going to just exclude him. Francisco Benitez, 1 million chips. Asher Conniff's up there. He's 7th in chips. Ekram Buzzkurt, shout out Mickey Duft.
Why is it shout out Mickey Duft?
Brian Green. It's a long story.
Well, I need to hear it.
We just... Do you remember the WPT champion, I think it's Urquhart Yilmaz?
Yeah.
Him and Ekram Buzzkurt are like buddies.
Okay.
And at every WPT event, and every event we worked, we would always see Ekram on the rail. Like, just always. And it just became a thing. At every event, we would just see him on the rail. And like, it would be like, your buddy's here. And it's always like, oh, Ekram. We had nothing to do with him, but it just became a thing. And he was always at every stop we went to when we were, both freelancing for WPT. But yeah, it's just the thing between me and Mickey, really.
Got it. Speaking of people on the rail, Vivek Rajkumar is back.
Yeah.
I guess he's no longer a random player of the day. He's just going to be here every single day. I did talk with him today, though. Said he doesn't really play much poker anymore. Kind of splits his time between here and LA, maybe sometimes in Seattle. Yeah, I saw that earlier. I mean, he's a beast. We're talking about Uri Reichenstein, baby. No, Steven Song already bagged a crap ton.
That's what I'm saying.
Boris Angelov bagged nice.
No, I'm just saying they
Steven Song bagged 111 big blinds. Boris Angelov, I think, bagged 80 big blinds and
70,
and Uri's got however many chips. The boys are doing it.
Big blinds.
The boys are doing it.
How about Shorman? Do we get Shorman in there? No.
Shorman?
No. We see a Seth in there?
No. Oh, Jeremy was in there.
Bagged?
Jeremy, I don't know. He was in there earlier.
60 bigs. 60 bigs.
Give us 3 field bonuses for the love of God. What happened to your boy?
Where did he go?
Did he get dusted? I thought he was a chip leader.
Oh my God. He lost the flip.
Oh, but he's still in.
But he's still in. Come on.
He's still in. For everyone out there that doesn't know, Sean D plays on WSOP.com as Tim Duckworth. The name
Why are you
Tim
doing
Duckworth.
This? Why
we've already talked about this. It's already out there.
Did you not see my tweet? I said, did you not see the tweet I just put out?
No, I don't have my phone because it records the podcast.
I'll tell you what it is. I said, I screenshot the lobby with me in first.
Oh my gosh.
And the prize, I said, this is my time. Let's fucking go. I do it all. It's fun.
I know,
like people,
I know you do it. But
people say congrats, and then I'm like, it's Sean D. But like, it's funny. Like if he wins and it's my username, you know, maybe I get the Poker News article. Tim Duckworth wins first bracelet for Team Media. You never know.
Yeah. So I would guess. I'm just going to quickly punch some numbers into the old calculator here. So I would guess that, and I feel like this is a trend. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but they expected more from these multi-flight, no-limit events, Monster Stack, Million Maker, Mystery Millions, etc., because they added a flight.
Yeah.
If you just take the final 3 flights from this year and add them together, it's 10,384. Last year, as I said, 10,939. So that's actually down.
Mm-hmm.
And then you obviously make up for it and then a little bit with that other flight. But I thought that they would have basically wanted to get like much closer, just like kind of grow year over year and then get a real big boost from the other flight. I don't know. Maybe I'm just wrong on that assessment.
I mean, we've discussed this before. You're making these players spend more money, and there's not that much money for the everyday man that is filling these fields. The guys coming from Minnesota, coming from the Dakotas or whatever, they may only have 2 buy-ins for a Monster Stack. You know, we talked about the Colossus buy-in going up from 400 to 500, and you know, between you and me, whatever, it's just $100. It's a massage.
It's a lot of money.
But to some people that are traveling,
massage. How rich is this guy?
Look,
it's somebody getting massages.
40 minutes, $2 a minute. That's $80. You got to tip him. That's $100. You give him $100 bill. It's very easy. I spent more money on massages this World Series than buying, so that's kind of sad. But yeah, so that, you know, that hurts. So like, yeah, they're not getting that big increase. They're getting a small increase. But when you're adding flights, and there's so much poker to be played, not just here at the World Series, but all over town. You know, the money's not swimming. You know, for these players, we talk about the high roller numbers absolutely crushing. Mm-hmm. Different player pool. You have to think of it completely differently. You look at the Colossus is different to the Monster Stack, is different to the Million Maker. You know, so you have to really think a little bit harder and understand that $1,500 is a lot of money to guys that are just, you know, working a normal job and taking their one shot at WSOP glory.
Yeah. I don't disagree with you. Let's take a quick break right now for the podcast, and we'll be right back in about 30 seconds or so.
At the World Series of Poker, it's not just a game, it's war. Gear up at the PokerGO shop. Look sharp, play sharper. On site at the WSOP and online at shop.pokergo.com.
We are back, and it's time to talk about the 50K PLO high roller. Speaking of those high rollers that you mentioned right before that break, the 50K PLO high roller, it is playing down towards a final table. I don't know if they're actually going to get there tonight.
No, we're bagging them up at the end of this level.
Bagging them up at the end of this level. How many are left right now?
11 right now.
Okay. They did get up to 194 entries.
Yeah.
There were 187 last year, so nice little uptick there. Just lost Eric Seidel in 12th place. Stevie Chidwick looks like he's just absolutely cruising. I think he hit a one. Did he hit a one-outer?
He did hit a one-outer on Alex Foxen.
Oh my gosh, he hit a one-outer on Alex Foxen. It was just wild stuff. $9.2 million in the prize pool. $2,146,000 is going to go to first place. Steven Chidwick is going for his 3rd bracelet. He is the current chip leader. He has previously won very big buy-in PLO tournaments as his other 2 bracelets. In 2019, here in Vegas, he won the 25K PLO for $1,618,000. And then last year at WSOP Paradise, he won the 50K PLO for $1,357,000. The plan is to stream this one on Sunday, June 22nd. Kind of TBD on time. It probably depends on when they finish. It's going to depend on how many they come back with, playing down to final table and all that sort of stuff. So keep yourself posted to the various PokerGo social media channels. Also to pokergo.com/schedule. That's where you'll see all the stuff updated. As soon as we have it, this guy right next to me is going to plug it in. I'll get it out on social media. We'll let the people know. So we talked about Steven Chidwick. He's left. Bao Ding is doing well. Richard Grieco is in there. Kaquan Lau is also doing well. Quan Zhao, Dylan Lindy, Yoni Ukamainen is off the golf course and actually winning some money. He's what?
Yoni's out.
He's out?
Yep.
Well, the chip counts are wrong. The chip counts are wrong. I don't have the app. The app is over there.
Dylan.
Vinny,
I kind of hope he makes it.
That would actually be cool.
Yeah.
That would actually be cool. I was standing over there watching a little bit, and he happened to win a pot, and I was kind of thinking exactly like that would be cool.
Yeah.
This guy's kind of thrust himself into the spotlight. So we'll see how this one plays out. Of course, Sunday, June 22nd on PokerGo. Time is TBD, but it'll probably start somewhere in the window of, I'll say, absolute earliest, 3 or 4 or 6. So somewhere in that window.
What time zone?
Our time zone.
Okay, I was gonna say, do we need the planes and the graphics from producer Richie?
No, we're not. No planes.
Did you
graphics.
see that? He did a good job.
He
did a great job with that, with the spinning clocks on the plane with my face on it. A plus effort from producer Rich.
Okay.
I don't think we're not gonna start it early. This one is definitely gonna be a 5 p.m. Pacific time stream. The question is more, do we need to play another hour before we start the stream? These guys are pretty deep. So that's our only consideration, I think, right now.
All right. Let's check out the mini PPC. Check those chip counts for me, please. Just check the chip counts for me.
Oh, my God.
Check the chip counts for me, baby boy.
Jordan Siegel, 4th in chips.
Baby, come on. Give me the baby boy. Come on.
Nico
Where's
Milgram,
the baby boy? Yeah, that's my boy.
254.
That's my boy. Good old Nico Milgram, baby. Let's go. 409 entries this year in this one. It had 379 last year. So another event on the 2025 WSOP schedule that is up year over year.
There's people at home's like, who is this Nico Milgram? Who is Yuri Richardson? Who are these people talking about?
They're freaking superstars now, okay? Know these people. Once they get drafted on our team, they go off to greatness, okay? That's what they do. They just go off. We welcome them in. We teach them how to fly a little bit, and then they just soar away. Next thing you know, they're John Reardon, $54 in the fucking fantasy league.
King John.
It's unbelievable.
King John. Yeah.
He cashed over there in the
He did cash, yes.
in the 50K PLO. Shocker.
23rd place, 100K.
Yeah, I mean he's a crusher. The fact that they stole him from us is absolutely
There's someone
outrageous.
else that's has got a decent stack in his 3K we should talk about.
Who?
Philip Hellmuth.
Oh, Phil Hellmuth.
We had an interaction with Phil Hellmuth today at Aria.
We did. You and I were over at Aria.
Yeah.
We had to go to the studio for an event with Global Poker. We're over there. We're doing our standard walk over to Starbucks.
Yep.
And we're sitting there waiting for our thing. Walking right up behind us is Phil Hellmuth. Just comes in. Hey, boys, what's going on? Blah, 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 whatever. We shoot the shit for a little bit. He grabs his coffee. As you guys know, I'm not blowing him up or anything. He posts his room every time he stays at Aria. Yeah. He's always got the corner suite, the whole thing. He gives you a whole room tour, all of it. So people know he stays at Aria, of course. So we're talking, whatever. He's like, all right, I'm going to go play the 50K PLO. He gets his drink. He starts to walk away. He gets about 3 steps away. He turns around and goes, oh, we need a photo. Comes back, busts his phone out, selfie. Boom. Rich, you can work, Rich. Now you can put the photos right here. I know Rich did message us, and he said to you and I, he said, imagine, what did he say exactly? Imagine showing this photo to yourself in 2003. And listen, yes, it is crazy. I still think it is crazy.
I probably thought, man, I can grow a mustache. I should start that now. What's that mullet you've got?
We've come a long way, sir. We've come a long way. We have. And it's very cool. It's not lost on me in the slightest. And Phil Hellmuth is he's such a character. I mean,
he is.
I gotta know. We should ask him one time. This. Like who taught him to do this pose?
I bet you it's someone like a Gary Vee, someone that's got incredible clout that says you need a pose and you need to own the pose forever. And then he probably gave Phil a few different poses, and Phil was like, he tried some, and he's like, oh, this one feels quite natural.
So
and then he just goes with
the
that.
only other person that I know had a pose in poker was Mike Sexton. Look at all of Mike's photos. He's doing the same thing with his hands.
The hands, yes.
The same exact smile. Yeah. Like Mike did that, okay? And it was great. Phil's is a little weird and kind of corny.
Yeah.
Like, but that's also what makes it so unique for Phil. Now, there's another Phil who has a little bit of a pose now.
Phil Lack?
No.
Well, he has
Phil Ivey.
He has no pose.
He does the fours things.
What is that? Is that for?
I have no idea what that is, but he does it all the time.
What's the thing Daniel used to go to?
Choice Center?
Isn't that thing about fours?
They have something where it's like 4, 4, 4, 4.
Yeah, so maybe it's got something to do with that.
Yeah, I don't think it is, but still, Ivy just started doing it out of nowhere, and now he does it in like when fans take photos, and he's just like, boom.
Maybe he's just like doesn't know what to do. He's just
awkward. That's a conscious thing that he's doing. So we got to ask Phil about his pose, and then we also got to ask. You know what I feel like? I feel like it's his quote unquote besties. They were all up in Silicon Valley, Chamath, David Sachs, all those guys, and they're playing some high stakes poker, and they're like, Phil, you need a pose.
Maybe, yeah.
And then they came up with this stupid thing, and I wouldn't even put it past him that they did it so that they can laugh at him every time they see him in a photo. I guess like a funny joke. Anyway,
I think a lot of us have.
We love you, Phil.
I think a lot of us have poses when we take photos with people. I often do like the piece.
But it's not as like
last year I was doing this thing.
He's like this thing a lot. Turned to the side, like it's almost like ta-da! I'm here.
Ta-da!
Like,
that's
I'm
good,
here.
Yeah.
Like
ta-da! That's very good. I'm here. I like that.
I mean, it's like he does it in the winner's photo. Remember when he won the USPO event? He was like with the Eagle. Yep. It's just, oh man, I love it. There's just, this is why you just need the characters in poker. Like it's just so great. You get all these wackos in the game, us included. Like we're wackos too, but it's simply incredible. You have a community card segment, so start dancing. Ta-da! Ta-da!
And it's time for a new edition of the PokerGo Podcast Community Cards.
Okay. What is it? Is yours like a long thing?
A little bit.
Can I just give my quick shout outs then first?
Go. Let's go. You go first.
Yesterday, Mark from Missouri popped in. I kind of jotted down the story quickly, but I couldn't quite gather it, and I was on my way out. But he said that, if I remember correctly, that basically he like was at lunch with his daughter, and he's like, "Get your bag, we're going to Vegas," and like left lunch and came to Vegas. I don't know, like crazy. And then today I met Gary from San Diego, who I took a selfie with last year.
Okay,
he came up to me this year and he said, "Hey, don't want to bother you," and I said, "No," and I'll say it again. Bother the F out of me. I love talking to the fans. I don't care. I mean, maybe there are a few times that I'm on a call or something like that, and I'll tell you, okay, hold on. But most of the time, come up, let's chat. Whatever.
Always chat to us.
For sure. But anyway, met Gary from San Diego. He was out here, played a couple events. I think he said he basically comes out here for 2 weeks every single year. He's at the tail end of that. He's going to head back to San Diego and look forward to next year. He was railing a few different tournaments. He was checking in on the seniors. He had a glass of wine. Looks like a great guy to hang out with and have some fun with. So shout out to Gary. Also, shout out to Mark from Missouri.
Quick side note, I tweeted out that I was in chart. Have a chance to win a bracelet. Everyone's messaging me.
Of course they are.
People were messaging me that I've told them that it's not me or liking the tweet. But I hope you're just supporting the dream for Sean Deeb to win this bracelet and give it to me, because that's the only fair thing in the world. 2 quick community cards, 1 quick, 1 long. First one, I got bad beat by a podcast listener, Caitlin Jeffers. She works here at WSOP. she called my all in with middle pair and a flush draw. I had a straight draw and she beat me. So I just want to throw that out. Didn't like that.
That
But
was a bad beat.
That's my bad beat.
So you had a draw and she had a pair.
She had a pair and a flush draw. No, yeah, but she had the 8-6. I had 8-7. 8-7 is better than 8-6. So I'm just a little mad about that. A little upset.
Sounds like you were the one trying to deliver the bad beats.
No, ignore that. But the real story here is, I was out. I was eliminated. I was walking around doing a bit of cleanup. A lady called me over. Her name was Cheryl. She goes, I was talking to she was sitting with David King, who works with us, Jesse Fuller, and some other PokerGo employees. And she was like, oh, I thought that was Tim. I was going to go say hello, Tim from the podcast. I came over, said, hi, nice to meet you. He's like, oh, I'm a big fan. I've been listening to you guys. I really enjoy your stuff. I'm like, oh, awesome. Thank you for listening. I knew there was one of you out there. We had some of the old podcast hats. So I gave her an old podcast hat. Seat opened up on a table and I said, hey, Alan, can I re-enter the tournament without re-entries? He's like, of course you can. So I sit down on her table. We played a couple of pots against her. She's super nice. She's from Georgia, but lives in Alabama. I cannot say she's Cheryl from Alabama because she doesn't like Alabama.
So why did she move to Alabama?
Because her husband's from Alabama.
But
so she wants to be Cheryl from Georgia. We're playing a little bit. And I'm like, we're just talking a little bit. And I ask her, who's your favorite poker players? Okay, I had a little plan here. Talking to her, she was like, I love Daniel, I love Phil, I love, this. I say, she's like, Chance Corneth's my boyfriend. I love Chance Corneth. So, knowing that, I fold my hand. I go into our little cabinet where we put all our stuff, and I knew I had a plethora of signed pictures.
A plethora?
A plethora. Just wanted to get that word in.
What is that? What is that word?
It means lots. Fancy. It means
plethora?
Yeah, I say plethora because I have a weird accent.
It's not a weird accent. You're not even trying.
I'm Australian. I'm allowed to say what I want to say. Might have a win over there. I'll quickly wrap this up.
That's Benny for sure.
I get a signed picture of Daniel Negreanu from High Stakes Poker. I get a signed picture of Phil Hellmuth from when he won his bracelet at the Rio. Remember those portrait shots that our photographer Antonio Briga put in a nice thing. I said, hey, you're a big fan of the podcast. Here you go. Gave her the photo. She was wrapped. She just arrived into town. She checked into her room at the Horseshoe, sped over to the PokerGo studio to play this event. She got a podcast hat. She got 2 signed pictures, and I think she had a lot of fun. I busted. Actually, I didn't bust. I gave my stack to someone, and then it was another team
collusion.
No, like they wanted to play. I was like, no, just take my stack. I've already played.
That's not allowed.
It's my tournament. I can do what I want. And I heard that she was talking about the pictures and the podcast and me and you and what a great time she was having on her first day in Las Vegas. So Cheryl from Georgia but lives in Alabama, thank you for listening. And any of you out there, like we've kind of touched on, if you see us or want to come say hello, we're here at the Horseshoe every day. Come find us.
Alrighty. Sweet. What is going on Sunday?
Well,
like what's starting that's new?
That's new. We got the new event. The $1,000 Battle of Ages. We got 2 flights on day 1. We got the old folks in the morning. We got the young guns at night. They'll play down to I think 15%. I think they play to the money and then they combine for day 2. It's a little faster tournament. It's only a 2-day event, but here's the heads up, guys. We're extending it a day. We're doing the final table on Tuesday, so that's going to become a 3-day event. The other event that's starting is the 3K Limit Hold'em, the Ronnie Barter special out there. So just 2 events, but obviously, we got a pretty big restart in the old Millie Maker. So it's going to take up a lot of tables here at the Horseshoe, and it's probably actually might restart in Paris.
Right? The Millie Maker?
Yeah.
Well, it was interesting today that they moved everyone to Paris.
They started in here though, right?
Yeah, but the other days they were going from Paris to here.
Got it.
So it was or maybe they just stayed in here all but today they ended up in Paris.
Got it.
So I thought that was just a little bit interesting. All right, cool. Well, that's been fun. It's a good show. I liked it. And we're going to go home and sleep. His name is Tim Duckworth. Wait, one last update. How's Tim Duckworth / Sean Deeb doing?
Tim Duckworth is 6 of 17, but he's playing a pot right now against Floor Sweep, 3-7 King board. check. Come on.
What position?
I would never check that. But yes, we got some.
He's got like 2
Jack
nines.
10 off.
No, who? Deeb? No, he'd be betting that.
Queen Jack. I'm the best. Me and Sean Deeb. We are basically the same poker player. We are the same.
Wow,
We're
that
just
that
like
other
this.
That other guy.
But
didn't
yeah,
bet
quick update.
his
Sean
8 high.
Deeb / Tim Duckworth, 4th in chips, 17 players left. He is, I don't know any of these names, but 125K up top. You know, if you check my socials tomorrow and I'm screaming out, I've won a bracelet, that means I've won a bracelet. So stay tuned for that. We'll give you an update on the Benny Glasser,
Sweet.
Charlotte Thornton heads up match tomorrow.
How many
too.
online bracelets have been won? Do we even know that?
Well, this
than
is
the one
event 12, so I'm going to say 11.
who won one? Jonathan Little won one. Somebody
Yes.
else. Nick Mimone
Nick Mamone
won one. By the way, are they doing the
Constantine?
Are they doing the bracelet ceremonies in here?
Depending on the event. Depends on the event.
I was
and the
all
restart.
confused. I was like, "What room?"
Yeah, there's been a couple in here. That's why they added that podium.
Oh, okay. I was like, "What room is
There's someone
Jack
else
in?"
very notable that won one.
Well, we'll get that rundown, and maybe we'll do it on the next episode
Okay.
or whatever, and we'll run through the winners for the online stuff. For Tim Duckworth, my name is Donnie Peters, and we will talk to you guys next time.
So yeah.